Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. Warm hello from Dublin in Ireland. My name is Francis Kelly, and I'm the founder and director of the International School of Business. And I wish I was with you in person, but technology allows us to connect nonetheless. And so I have 15 minutes, so I want to share with you 5 reasons why we think you should come to ISB. The first reason is because ISB is situated in Ireland. And if you don't know Ireland, it's a very special place. It's special because of a number of things. First of all, its people. The Irish people are famous all around the world for being friendly, informal, and very welcoming. And we actually love foreigners. We like the fact that you're different, and we're very curious about you for that reason. And my students always say to me, after a few days in Dublin, they feel at home, which is a wonderful, wonderful compliment, I think. Ireland, of course, is famous for its beautiful, beautiful landscapes as well. We're very lucky. We didn't really have an industrial revolution in the 19th century, so we don't have a legacy of heavy, dirty, polluting industries. So one of the things that people remark in Ireland is how much green there is and how many different shades of green there are. And of course, Irish people are very, very proud of their culture. We have a very strong history of literature, music, dancing, and these are things that we celebrate almost on a daily basis. I don't know if you know this, but we actually have our own sports. Yes, we play soccer or football like everybody else and rugby, but we have Gaelic football and hurling, which are specific Celtic sports that are only played in Ireland. And this is where you really see the passion of the Irish people for their culture. Of course, we've got some very famous bands and groups and singers. I don't know if you've ever heard of a band called U2. Maybe you're a little bit young. Certainly my generation grew up with this rock band. Without encouraging you to abuse alcohol, I have to talk about the pubs because pubs are an integral part of Irish society. This is where all of the joys and sorrows of life are shared in the setting of a pub. Different to a bar, it's not just about getting alcohol, it's about coming together as a community and sharing life stories. And finally, Ireland is famous because of the crack. Just one second. Sorry, there's some of my colleagues are a little bit boisterous this morning, so I'm going to close the door. The crack, don't worry, I'm not talking about a drug. I'm talking about the Irish people's attitude to having fun. And it's something that is quite infectious. We do it naturally, spontaneously, and you'll see if you get to come to Dublin, you'll understand what we mean when we say having the crack. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because ISB specializes in study abroad. So you have a wonderful opportunity to go to lots and lots of different destinations around the world and study in various different universities and business schools. I suppose what makes us different is our entire focus is on visiting students. So we're an international school and all of the students with us are from mostly European countries and the United States. So it's a wonderful mix of cultures and profiles. Together, myself and Dara, you see here in the picture, our academic dean, and Colin, our assistant director, and Damien, between us as a management team, we have over 55 years of experience of welcoming, teaching, and helping foreign students like yourselves get the most out of their program. We also have a wonderful team of professional teachers. When I say professional teachers, what I mean, they're teachers who are professionals from their respective sectors. So we have people specialized in marketing or in law or in economics and so on. And these are people who work in industry and they come to class to share their passion for their particular area of expertise. The third reason is because we're very proud of our academic programs. ISB is a fully accredited institution. So if you were to translate that into French, we would say nous sommes visés. And that means that all of the programs that we run have been accredited by the Ministry of Higher Education in Ireland. The one that is of interest to you people is the Certificate in Digital Marketing and Media. And this, as you'll see, is made up of 6 modules. And each module is worth 5 ECTS credits. So if you complete all 6 and you pass all 6, then you will get 30 ECTS credits for your semester. Now, you'll see that there are different types of modules there. You've got social and economic aspects of Ireland. We believe as an institution that if you come to a country, you should learn a little bit about its society and its economy. And I'm delighted to say that this is the course that I teach at ISB. And all of our students, all of our visiting students take this class. Management in Organizations is a wonderful module that helps you understand the cultural dimensions of managing people and resources. I'm sure you've heard of management before, you might even have studied some management, but management is such a culture-connected subject that you really need to go abroad to see it from a different perspective. And then we have what we call our core subjects: digital marketing, digital media, and the digital marketing and media project. Now, I don't have to tell you people what these subjects are because you are the digital generation. The difference, I suppose, with being the digital generation and then taking a course in these areas is that we want to leverage these tools and these platforms for professional purposes, not just for personal purposes. And that takes a little bit of learning, because the techniques and indeed the technical side of digital marketing and media is much more advanced than what you might be used to using as a personal user. And then, like all students, we take courses in business communication skills. This is another word for business English. We assume you come to us with a good standard of English. Traditionally, students from IFAP have always been quite good at English. So our job is not to teach you English, but to teach you, or rather to help you improve your communication skills through the medium of English. Slightly different thing. The way your timetable is designed, you would have classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as a general rule. And we try to keep Friday free because you will have a lot of projects and assignments to do, either individually or in groups, and therefore you need time outside of class to do that. But also, as you'll see, we organize a lot of extracurricular activities with our students, and these often happen on a Friday. Number 4, because of the, well, there I said it, the social events and the activities. And there are about 10 of them during the semester, and very quickly I'll just go through them with you. They're mostly free, so there aren't many things that are free in life, so you should take advantage. And these events, these happenings, give you an opportunity to interact with students and staff outside of the classroom, and also to discover Ireland a little bit. So for example, when you arrive, I take you on a guided tour of Dublin on a bus, just to give you a sense of the city. Then after about a week, we organise the International Food Evening, where the students from the different nationalities bring together food and drink from their respective countries and share it with each other. We always take the students to a beautiful place about an hour's drive outside of Dublin called Glendalough. As you can see, it's out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains between 2 lakes. We also take the students on a weekend away to the west of Ireland, so the other side to Dublin, where we take them to the Cliffs of Moher and to the Aran Islands, which is one of the most westerly parts of Europe. And as you can see here, these students seem to have a death wish because they're sitting on top of a cliff with absolutely no protection. And you'll notice as well, I'm not in this photograph because I'm terrified of heights. But they seem to like the thrill of sitting at the edge of death. But it is a wonderful weekend. Going to the other side of Ireland gives you a very different sense of Ireland, because obviously Ireland is not just Dublin. When we're on the island, we rent bikes, and you can see me and Colin in this photograph. And that's how we discover the island. It's one of the few remaining places, by the way, in Ireland where Irish or Gaelic is still the first language. We also like to teach students Irish dancing, which is great fun. And sometimes we have the musicians come into the school, sometimes we take you to a centre, and it's just one of those things that you should do because it's not the kind of thing you can do in most countries. And believe it or not, we organise a surf weekend for our students as well on the west coast of Ireland again. It seems a little bit crazy because obviously the Atlantic is quite cold, but the students assure me that it is a fantastic weekend. I'm not in this picture because I don't go surfing because it's too cold. And then we also introduce students to those Gaelic games that I was telling you about, hurling and football. The people in this photograph are holding hurley sticks. It's a bit like a hockey game, I suppose. And it's a wonderful, wonderful sport to watch. And it's great fun to try and learn some of the basic rules. And then the last trip we do is to Belfast, which is in Northern Ireland. It's about 2 hours drive north of Dublin. And that's a fascinating visit because, of course, it's part of the United Kingdom. It's not part of the Republic. It's a city which has seen 30 years of violence from 1968 until 1998. But thankfully, peace was brought to that part of the island in 1998. And it is a fascinating city to see how they are managing to deal with the legacy of such violence. Lastly, the fifth reason is because we're different. There's no doubt ISB is different to many, many other universities and business schools. We see our role as providing you with a personalized education. Our numbers typically are about 150 to 200 students per semester, so we actually get to know each and every one of you. It's very much a community of international students where we encourage our students to embrace the diversity, the cultural diversity that is at the core of the experience. Our programs are practical, so as well as learning the theory, you will also learn how to do things. So it's not just about the theory, it's also about the application. And we don't see learning stopping when you leave the classroom. We think that you learn in all kinds of ways and at all kinds of moments during your semester. And that's why we organize so many different events. They're all fun, but as you'll discover, they also involve learning. If you wish to stay on at the end of your semester with us and do an internship, we can help you find that. Colin Hogan is our internship person here. The only thing you need to know is that in Ireland, internships are not paid normally. There are some exceptions, but generally speaking, they're not paid. And we always supply extra student support. So we're very involved with helping you find accommodation before you come. We're involved if you get sick during your semester, or if you encounter any issues of mental health or anxiety or depression or loneliness. And so our students often say to us, it's like being in a big family. And that's exactly what we want to offer you. Now, because I mentioned housing, just very quickly, we are very involved in helping students before they arrive, because it is difficult to find accommodation in Dublin and it is expensive. It's like Paris prices. I'm giving you some examples there on the screen. The student residence, which is probably the best option, can cost between 235 and 270 per week, but that gives you a private single room with a private shower and toilet, and all of your bills are included. And then you share the kitchen and the living room with other students. Of course, you can stay with a host family. We can help you with that as well. That's cheaper because, of course, your breakfast and dinner are included. Of course, you can also find it privately through Airbnb or some of the other platforms that exist in Ireland. Just be careful if you are looking yourself, be careful of scams. You know the old saying, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And finally, we will send all of our registered students an accommodation guide in advance, well in advance of the semester starting. If you're coming in September, these are the dates. So 5th of September to the 9th of December. If it's January 23, it's 23rd of January to 28th. And you can speak with Karine or any of the staff there in IFAP in terms of application procedures and closing dates and so on. So I'm very conscious of the fact that I went through that very quickly, but it's because I wanted to stay within my 15 minutes, and I think I just stayed within my 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you very much, Francis.
You're very welcome. If anyone has any questions, I'd be delighted to answer them.
Yeah, really don't if you have any questions or anything, really don't hesitate. Yes, Ophélie, go for it. Maybe turn on your mic.
Yes. Hello. I have a question about the teaching. You say we have 6 subjects.
Yes.
And it's possible to have an option to complete our teaching?
I'm not sure I understand. Do you mean, are you obliged to take all 6 modules? Is that your question?
My question is, we have 6 modules, but it's possible to have to choose other
other subjects.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Karine, I'm going to defer to you on this because the arrangement.
You can't choose. You have really to do the 6 subjects because we need 30 CGS.
Okay.
So you really have to do the 6 modules. Okay. You can't choose. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions? Maybe about Dublin or COVID?
Maybe what we
Excuse
can
me.
yeah, sure. Let's go.
Oh, okay. I have a question. So, hi.
Hi.
I would like to know if the teachers are professionals or are there university teachers?
We have a mixture of both.
Okay.
As it happens, the 2 main teachers on the digital marketing and media program are members of the ISB management, and they have experience in both of the areas that they teach. The management lecturer, for example, has 45 years experience at senior management in a very large corporation here in Ireland. Our economics lecturer is a university lecturer, and then there's me. I also teach social aspects of Ireland, and then of course we have English language teachers who are professional English language teachers. So it's a nice mix of those who are from the business world and then those who are from the university.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Manon.
Hello.
Hi.
I just want to know if it's common and possible to have a part-time job outside the school.
A, it's very common, and B, it's extremely possible at the moment. I don't know if the same situation has arisen in France, but because of COVID, a lot of places had to close for extended periods, and now they're open again. But many of the people that work there have either left or they no longer want to go back. And so we have an extremely high number of vacancies in the hospitality sector at the moment. So that's cafes, bars, restaurants, and also retail, so in shops. I know this because when I walk around Dublin at the moment, I see signs in the windows, staff required. I have never seen this before. So that's good. That's good news for you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, there's somebody else with a hand up there, I think.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
I would like to know how many students there will be in class.
Very good. So typically the size of a program, so like the digital marketing and media program, could be anywhere from 15 to 25. So that will be the kind of the average. Once it reaches a certain number, if we have more students, we open a second group, because the whole approach is meant to be more individualized and more personalized. So we don't have large amphitheater courses.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Oceane.
I just asked my question.
Oh, sorry, that was you, Oceane. I beg your
It's
pardon.
okay.
That's it. Nobody else has any questions?
Maybe not for now, but if any of our students happen to have any questions after the presentation or once they watch it again, don't hesitate to contact us or Karin or Francis in that matter.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we'll all be happy to answer any of your concerns.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, and as a conclusion, we can explain to students that ISB is really like the school. So it's a small school, but a very familiar one. So if you are looking for really meeting people, socializing, learning Irish culture, it's really the perfect school for that. So again, I really recommend this institution. All students who had the experience were really happy with ISB. So don't be afraid. You will see we have a lot of help and assistance if you choose ISB. We have Clémentine. Let's go.
Yes, sorry, I have another question.
Sure.
I just wanted to know if we need the TOEFL or any diplomas of English to come to ISB.
No, what we require is a standard, and the standard is based on the European framework,
Okay.
and it is a B2.
Two. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the test you are going to take with IFAP from February 1st. All right. It's the school test. No worries.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, everybody. It was lovely meeting you, and I hope to hear from some of you soon. And I even hope more so that some of you will come and join us in Dublin in next year. Okay. In the meantime, be safe. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Francis. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.